Testing, testing. All right. Good evening, everybody. It's been a while since the last stream. So I received a request for conversion of a G9, conversion to G9, sorry. So this is my next project. So I thought I'll just go through and do a live stream for that. So, since people are asking for it. So what I have here basically is a Wolverine from the game, the Midnight Sun, Marvel's Midnight Sun. So I also have a G9 base outfit, base character, which is actually the female, which is not what I want. So let me just remove this. I actually have this saved as a save file, so I can actually use it since I do a lot more female characters compared to the male. So not sure. I will try to do. Let me see. Where is my? Okay, so I have the presets for some of them. If I'm not wrong, this is the mastered version. So this is basically the G9 male version with the muscle morph attached to it. So I'll use this as the base, which actually doesn't really matter because there actually is a full body. The Midnight Sun game surprisingly has full body within the game, so I actually can use that. Where's my head? And head like this. Okay, so same as the G8 or my previous. Basically, what I'll be doing today will be to. I'm sorry, it's all over the place right now. So basically, what I'll be doing today will be to show you the process of what I do for G9 conversion, which, to be honest, isn't all that different. So I will try to point out the differences when I come across them, but sometimes there really isn't one. So this is a G9 base, and I will put the body of the G9 into it, like so. Okay, then I will disable the selection so I can select everything, and we'll be seeing that there. Scale down the model a little bit. Same as the G8, what you want to do is to fit the model to the base. So using the ear as a guide, you can. Oh, let me see. I keep away. Sorry, it's been a while since I last did one of these. So please bear with me. Okay, so let me select everything, and I will move forward and use the ear as a guideline to roughly fit the figure. But actually, in this case, I think I will use the shoulder as the guideline instead, because the neck is very short for Wolverine, so it won't be very accurate if I use the ear, because the neck is much shorter. Okay, so after that, what I would do is I will hide all this and just work on the body alone, and maybe I'll keep the head also, though I want to hide the bones. Okay, and just see the relationship between all the bones here, and the one that you want will be this one here, and this X to mirror, and you see that the mirror is way off. So if I rotate this, the other arm isn't rotating the way I want it to be. So I'll go to amateur and bone roll recalculate. I'm not sure if I covered this in my previous G8 tutorial. I can't remember, but yeah, so it's something, if you notice such a problem when you do a conversion, you can, my apologies. So it's not working. Let me see. If I do a global X, so the problem with this, as I understand, is because when you load in this model, the Wolverine model is actually facing this way forward. So maybe, if I'm not wrong, I should recalculate according to Y. I am guessing here, and nope, doesn't work. So if I can't get this to work, then the other way will be to do it manually, which is quite troublesome. Okay, so it's not working. Let's try this. Okay, so none of it works. Maybe if I don't, let me see the leg first. Leg is also a problem. Okay, so in this case, I have to do it manually. So basically, rotate Y and sorry, stop the mirroring. So rotate Y, and roughly the figure will be, you see the rotation at the top right hand here. Okay, so 20, that works. And I'll go here. And 20, but negative. Okay, so a bit more troublesome, but or alternatively, there's another way, is that you can export this model and then do the mirroring in rep. I think there's a note for that, but I'm not very sure how to do that part. So I'll just leave that alone here for now. And minus 1.5. And 1.5. Okay, so rotate X slightly forward, rotate X minus 2. Okay, so if you rotate the leg, the thigh, you have to rotate the foot as well. Rotate X and 2. Okay, so something like that. And then I will hide the the G9 model. And this is the base model that you'll be working with. Okay, so I did not do anything to the hands because I will be replacing the hands. But it might not be a bad idea to, let me see, to move it over a little bit. So something like that. Rotate and move the fingers, not too much. Okay, so something like that. Oh, hello. Is the G8 mesh and the G9 any different? Very, very big difference. A lot of difference. In terms of the mesh itself, I'm fairly sure I actually covered this before. Let me see. So difference in mesh, I will pull up a G8 and a G9 for comparison. So for one, very obviously is a bit shorter. I have no idea why. It's quite a bit of a pain to do so. And then if you look at the mesh, is sorry, you look at the mesh, it is much denser, and the chest area is actually different. The nipple mesh doesn't exist. The belly button doesn't exist as well. So mesh density is roughly around double. If you look at the fingers especially, it's a lot more mesh in the fingers and at the lips. At least double the mesh number. Don't watch your live often. I haven't been doing any live for quite some time. I think the last one I did was about a year ago. So yeah, I actually had a request for someone to make a G9 conversion video, which is the reason why I'm doing this. Because to me, at least, what I do every day, I mean, I've been doing a lot of conversions, but what I do is basically very similar. So I don't really see the point in doing a live stream for those every day, because to me, it's a repetition of the steps are always the same. So I don't really see a point. Word number is not very slight. It's actually quite a lot. So let me see if I can statistics. So you have 41 here, and I'm sorry, you have 25,000 here and 16,000. So a little bit above about 1.6, 1.7 times the vertices. So it's actually quite a lot. Yeah. So, and also more slightly bigger difference is that the eyes, you have the G9, sorry, G8, you have the eyes here, and the teeth. The G8 has I'm sorry, this is the eyes, the teeth and the mouth in the G8. G9 doesn't have it. G9, the eyes and the mouth is separate. So because of this, it makes it a lot easier when you're shaping eyes. So that is a plus for me. Yeah. So let me get back to work. Otherwise, I won't get anything done. So where was I? Oh yeah. So now I have the rough position of the hands. Sorry, the body roughed in. So, and also the head. In this case, there are quite a few overlapping mesh. So one way to deal with that is separate by material. And if you're lucky, all the stuff, like for example, the eyebrow, eyelashes and all that will all be in different materials. So you can actually just separate them all. So you don't need to keep them. Okay, so now I have a bare mesh. Okay, so it is kind of lucky in terms of like Midnight Sun model, they actually have a bare body, which if I'm not wrong, they use that for their swimsuit the swimsuit cutscene. So they use these bodies and just slap on the swimsuit as an outfit. So I will just export the body and the head, and we'll go to wrap. Okay, so the biggest difference between G9 and G8 will actually be in the wrap format. So I have this is my save preset. I don't have the skin materials here because the previous project that I was working on doesn't require it. So I will be setting that up later, which is Mortal Kombat, just to let you know. So the general outline is still the same. You still have the material and then the mesh. This is the node for loading the material, loading the mesh, and then selecting the polygon. In this case, I am selecting the body itself, the entire body. Okay, then subset it. So if anything missing, they will be shown. Actually, I don't need this polygon anymore because the eyes and the teeth and all that are all separated already. But this is basically a legacy setting from the G8, so I didn't change it. Okay, so this is the material for the new model, for the actual material, which is what is it here? So this is the Wolverine material after extracting them from the game. Yeah, you really should check G9. G9, to me at least, I like G9 a lot. It makes things a lot easier for me when I'm working on this. But because G8 has a lot more morphs and people still, for the end user, G8 is still a little bit easier to use. But for me, because I'm doing conversion, so G9 is much easier for me. So people like to complain about that, quite a number. Okay, so the special feature about Midnight Sun that I noticed is that they hide a lot of data in all their files. So for example, their diffuse, they have the rough file inside the diffuse file. So this is it. It is hidden in the alpha, how to put it, the alpha layer. So this is the rough file, and I will also save a copy of this without the alpha, which is the actual skin. Okay, and then I can't remember, this one is yeah, so you notice that the normal maps are inside out or inverted. So I have to open them in GIMP and invert it back. So how to do that is open up in GIMP and then go to channels and unselect this two, the red and the select this two, the unselect the blue and invert these two channel. So I think I got this correct if I'm not, yeah. So invert these two channel and you have it correctly, then save it up. I like to save as JPEG because file size is smaller, but and also it saves a lot faster. But if you want the best quality, it will be in PNG. But the file size, the difference is actually quite big. So for example, this one is 15 meg and this one is 3 meg. So yeah, but once the file size, once you have a file of like 4096 by 4096, right, it really doesn't matter because the details will all be captured anyway. Yeah, so next will be the MSK file. I am not sure what is, let me see. If I'm not wrong, this is the S file, which is the what they call it, spectacular file. The thing that makes it determine whether it's shiny or not. Then the green, if I'm not, this is the AO file, which we don't require, so I'm not going to extract it. And I have no idea what is this, so I'll just leave this alone also. Yeah, so basically these 4 files will be the one that we use. Okay, so I will put them here and use the diffuse file first. Then this is the mesh, which is Logan, and the points. Oh, let me put in the muscular one. It might help to if the model that you load down here, the geography you load down here is actually closer to the base model, then it will be a little bit more accurate. So basic points. So once you can throw in all the points again. So I already have a set of points down here generally. So I just follow them accordingly here. So the corners of the eyes and corner, the center of the nose, the bottom of the nose, the right side, and the left side, and then the mouth, corner of the mouth, center of the mouth, if I'm not wrong with this, and corner, and the bottom. And then the two, I don't know what they call that, the lips, the one that you go up here, these 2 points. I'm not sure what you would call it. I think there's a name for it, but I'm not sure what is it. And then the chin and the connecting the face to the neck connection. Okay, and the ear, 4 point, which is here and here, and then the same to the other ear. And here. Okay, then the top of the collarbone, sorry, the middle of the collarbone, and the left and right of the collarbone, which is here. And then the nipple, center of the chest, and point here, 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 and here. This one will be a lot more important if you're doing female model, because you basically determine the shape of the breast from these points. For male, not quite so important, though, because the male's chest is relatively, how to put it, simple, relatively simpler. Yeah, so belly button, and then the groin, and here the side of the body, and then we have the elbow, front of the elbow, and the back of the elbow, and then fingers. So the ends of the fingers, though this one is more for the texture, because the for the model I will be reshaping the fingers in Blender. The reason for that is because of the fingernail. Because if you do the shaping, if you wrap the entire hands, the fingernails tend to be out of proportion. Okay, so middle of the back, top part of the pelvis, and the bottom point for the pelvis. Okay, then the back of the knee and the front of the knee. So these are points, right, that generally I use, but they are not set in stone. So if you find that you have a better way to do it, you can do your own pattern. This is not really a problem. Okay, so similar situation with the hands, you do with the feet. So you mark the point, but I will be replacing this with the default feet anyway. The reason for that again is for the toenails, and also it just fits better. Okay, so that should be it. No, sorry, the heel. So that should be it for mine. I should put another point here, which is for the under the arms, the armpit area. One point here and one point here. Okay, so that will be roughly the body points. And before I run this, right, let me put in the model for the, sorry, put in the materials for the body. So let me see if I can still remember how to do this. Transfer textures, is it? Okay, so let me just run this first. So already I can see a problem, which is the back of the thumb. So let me add another point there. And just in case, we put another point here. So now I just let the program run a little bit. Is the video going to save on your live play? Yes, I will. Basically, YouTube, they'll automatically save all my live stream into the playlist. Or not say playlist. The video tab. So yeah, it will automatically goes there. So you can refer back in the future if you really need to. Okay, so preliminary check doesn't seem to have any problems. So the rep seems to be going well so far. So regarding the process up until this point, is there any questions you guys have? Since I'm waiting here anyway. Okay, so now I have the model done and check the transfer. So this is the texture transfer, which you can see is a problem, but that is because you're not using the right UV. So this is the body, and then I will want to later. So image extrapolate. So connect this and export image. I'm sorry, save image. Okay, and I will save this to my rep folder, output textures, and Logan also D. Okay, and then I will copy and paste this 2 times. And UV2 and UV3. Okay, connect the nodes here, and this and this. Oh, right, before I forget, 4096 and 4096. But because I forget, so now I have to change them everywhere. Okay, so for 4096 and actually I'm lazy, so let me just UV2 and UV3. So this will be the leg and this will be the arm. Okay, so connect and connect. Okay, so you have the torso, the leg, and UV3. And the arms. Then UV0 is the head textures. And hello Deviant. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so legs and arms. So I'll just save this. Torso, legs, and arms. Okay, and then I will copy this and copy this. So this one I will put the head, which if I'm not wrong, I'll have to change it also. Textures and head. Okay, so same situation as just now. I will need to save a diffuse and a rough map. So this is the rough map, and then MSK, which is this. And if I'm not wrong, I'm supposed to invert this and save as a rough file. I am not sure if this is the case. Because I've seen a lot of I think this is the correct method. Okay, and the normal map, I will have to invert it. So invert and save. Okay, so diffuse map, and here and here, and UV0. Okay, I forgot how to do this part. Give me a moment and let me open up another. Okay, polygon select. So okay, so currently what I am doing is I am selecting the polygons for the head itself only, and then I am doing a subset, which means to say only the head is selected, and then I cut out the thing. If I didn't remember wrongly, that's how it's supposed to go. How would you go about matching a body's proportion if you want to make the model nude and has clothing? A little bit more complicated. So if it's only, like for example, if you only have the model that has only clothing, then you would want to try to match the body. Currently, this particular model is not the best way to showcase this, because I have this model has a full body under the outfit. If in the future I find one, maybe I will do another video on that, but you can look into some of my previous live streams and tutorials that actually covers how to go about it, even though that one is a little bit older and it's for G8, but the basic principle is the same. So for example, if you just as a rough example, if you only have the outfit, for example, in this case, if you only have the outfit, in this case it's a skin tight outfit, so it's still not too bad. You can use this as the basis for your clothing. Or in this case, you can use this and this as the basis for your body. So you use this to wrap the body, and then you fit the resulting body under the outfit, and it will work as well. So if not, then you have to do a lot of estimation and guesswork. So try to estimate what the body will look like under the outfit, and then shape the body accordingly. So yeah, a little bit more complicated, that one. Okay, so this part will allow me to only select the head, and then when I transfer the textures, only the head textures is transferred. Okay, so I will also need another one, which is for the body, and then I will need to export this and put this here. And the reason for this is for the lower part of the face, because if you notice down here, this part is missing. So it's actually part of the body texture, so you need to do another part and save it separately. So I won't extrapolate the neck, because you want this part to be transparent so that you can actually do the conversion over. Okay, sorry, so you can do the and so that you can fit the textures later inside GIMP. So I'll show you that later. Okay, so head, and I'll save this as neck. Good. Okay, so I currently now I should have a full set of textures. So let me double check. Okay, so you have the arm, the head, the legs, the neck, and the torso. So this is a complete set. Then next, what you want to do is to put in the normal map. and let it run. Then just save out all the textures. So you save whichever textures that is in the base model, save it out. So in this case, it's the diffuse map, the normal map, the spectacular, and the rough map. Okay, then the head. Okay, so change the name. I like to use N for normal, and save them. Okay, then rough map. You know, you can do this with a simple Python script. I actually do not. I mean, I know Python script exists, but I do not know how to use them. So, yeah. So unfortunately, I have to do this the manual way. Okay, so this should be all the textures required. Then the next part is the model itself. And we should be done with the wrap part. So I will throw the model into Blender, and they always save really huge. So the scale is 1, 0.01. So this is the model now. And you can see this is the mouth, which is still in the old place, the previous face part. So select the mouth cavity and reduce the selection by 1 so that this part, this mesh doesn't move, because you don't need it to move. And I'll move it, make sure that this proportional editing is off, and then go scale it down, move it down and back. So the part is roughly around here. You can see it's roughly around the lip line there, right? And the teeth will fit in here. Okay, so move it inside, fitting it into the mouth itself, something like that. Okay, so regarding for G9, right? They updated the script loader. Sorry, the Rig Pro, Shape Rigger Pro. So the eyes and the mouth will automatically go to its optimum position, which is one of the reason why I leave it. I don't do the adjusting manually now. So previously I had the eyes and the mouth inside the mesh. If you noticed that just now, then I'll adjust it manually here, but it's not required anymore. Fair enough, you should look into it. It's not as hard as you think. You run the script and you automatically do all the upload. Select mouth. Yeah, I think I will look into the script since you mentioned it. Though if you have a link or something that I can look into it, that will be helpful. And why don't you select the mouth in wrap so that it moves but don't wrap? The reason for that, right, is because it doesn't wrap when if you do the use it in the wrap, it will actually, even though they say it doesn't change the shape, but the positioning will be very weird. So I tried that before last time. So it will sometimes come out something like that. Something like this. Then I have to adjust it, and it doesn't really, even though they say that the shape doesn't change, but from what I can see, that is not always the case. So in the end I prefer to just keep it out of the wrap and then move it manually myself. So that's just how it works for me. You might have some different results, I'm not sure. So yeah, so this is basically the body. So then you start to look for all the parts that is not aligned properly and move them around. Okay, so normally what I do at this point is I will do a duplicate. Duplicate, and then this is the head and the body. So if you are doing something like anime characters or similar, they will have symmetrical features and heads. So that is not a problem. You don't need to separate out like that. But if you're doing a more realistic model, sometimes the figures, they have asymmetrical features. So like for example, in this case, you will notice that some parts of the face is asymmetrical. So it's not really that big a difference in this particular case. So you might just leave it there. I don't think it will do much harm. But some of the more realistic faces, they are very asymmetrical. Then in this case, it is better to separate out. So the reason why I wanted to do that, right, is because in the mirror, I can do a mirror selection and edit. Like for example, in this case, I have one part here and one part here, and I can edit them both parts at the same time instead of having to, do them on both sides. Okay. Okay, so because previously, if you notice the original model, it's very the bike crack isn't there, so you have to manually fix that here, or at least normally that's what I do. Okay, and also because G9 has a lot more geometry in this area, so you do have to smoothen out the groin area. Usually, most of the time, you have to do that as well. So but good thing is for male is much easier because guys tend to have very triangular butt. In this case, something like that, very triangular, very angular. So if it's a female or a woman's butt, then it's a bit more troublesome. Okay, so this is basically the shape. Then next you want to deal with the arms and the legs. So in this case, you notice that the legs, which I actually did a replacement. So sorry, I did not mention it here. So in this case, like that, like here, this part down here is I'm replacing the original hands and the original feet of the model. Okay, so this is the result, and it's not very ideal. So what you want to do is to actually modify it a little bit. Okay, so something like that, and then do the same with the hands. So as mentioned, the reason why I do this is to preserve the fingernails. Okay, so same with the arms. Okay, so one weird part about G9, just to let you know, is that the some parts of their geometry doesn't mirror correctly or properly. In fact, it doesn't mirror well at all, which is part of the fingernails. So you do have to manually adjust those later. So something like that should work well enough. Okay, so let me check this part. So you can see down here that the fingernails, these fingernails do not mirror at all. So for some reason they refuse to mirror. I cannot figure out what is the reason. So at the moment, the best I can do is to fix them manually, which thankfully is not too difficult. So previously it was very troublesome until I learned that there's a feature that I have actually more or less never touched until this point when I actually require it, which is just a moment. So you put these things roughly into the shape that it is supposed to go, and then you go to snap to symmetry. And this is something that I never used before up until G9 forced me to use it basically. Okay, so snap to symmetry, and then you go to the options here and 100% factor and plus X to negative X. So what this does is whatever point that is down here, it will snap to here. Okay, so I'm not sure why they don't like usually if I move this thing, then this part will also move due to the mirror function. But these points, for some reason, they don't do that. So I'm not sure why. But as of right now, this is the best way I know of to deal with this problem. Okay, so you might not even meet this problem because I have never seen anybody do G9. So I cannot verify that it's only my setup or if it's across the board, everybody is the same. So I can't tell. But yeah, so every time once you finalize the hands, then this is what you should do. This is what you need to do basically. So select. Okay, then make sure these parts are deselected so that they don't move. And then, yep, I got one that is not supposed to be selected, or rather missing. Okay, seems I got them all. Then yep. Okay, so this part is working. G9 and the mouth back select you so that it's part of a wrap. Then with select polygons, it won't move. You can then use the clone brush. I did try that before, just to let you know, but it is much faster to fix that in Blender, and I don't need to have so many nodes. So yeah, that's the reason why I just leave it there, because basically, as I mentioned here, all I need to do is to go to the materials and then select the mouth cavity and make sure that this is off, and I can move this around anywhere I want. So it's much faster compared to having select polygon and clone brush and all that. So at least for me, it's much faster for me. Okay, so if your way works, then for you, if it works for you, then yeah, then continue using it. But in my case, I find fixing things in Blender much easier compared to messing around with all the nodes. Okay, so continue on this particular model. So the fingers are fixed from here. Okay, so this is the body itself. I think I can get away with the face because it's basically, it doesn't look that bad. So I'll just leave it like that. And then this is his hairy hair. Okay, so yeah, so this is the part, this part of the body is done, so I can export this. So for the newer Blender models, right, you will need to export it as a legacy, because only in legacy do you have the keep vertex order, which is the key to make sure that your morph doesn't explode when you import it to Daz Studio. So let me see, where is my Marvel, Midnight Sun, and Wolverine. And export. Okay, so this is the base body done. Then seems like most of the hair doesn't affect this particular hair. So because in this game, the rig basically controls that means every single hair has the same rig. So in this case, none of the rig is actually how to put it? Sorry, in this particular case, none of the rig actually affects the hair. So I can fairly safely export this as its own OBJ, and I will just feed it directly to the model later. So I'll just save my hair. Okay, so basically this part is also a bit of a boring part, which is exporting all the parts. So this is also something that I found. If you have the model that is on the same base, you can actually take, for example, in this case, the body that I actually converted just now. I can go to pose mode and save the pose and bring it over to the uniform or the suit, and select go to pose mode for that unit outfit and paste. So you can get that here, though it seems to be a little bit out of place. So I think, if I'm not wrong, it's the calculation and paste. Okay, so it seems I need to do a bit of adjusting here as well. Okay, so hide the body. By right, it's supposed to copy over directly. I am not sure why it didn't. So I just do it manually. Rotate my to negative. Okay, so now what I'm doing or trying to do, let me see if I can do a mirror for this. If I can, it'll be much easier. So just sorry if I am not really speaking a lot. Just to let you know, I don't usually talk a lot for these parts. I usually don't know what to say. So yeah, doesn't seem to work. So yep, doesn't seem to work. So if I something I also noticed recently, if I do the snap to symmetry, it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. Then the next more extreme case, especially in this particular case, if you can do if the outfit itself is symmetrical, completely symmetrical, then what you can do, this is a pretty extreme case. You can chop up half of it. And then do a mirror operation. And clip. Okay, so the reason why I do this is so that when I edit stuff here, it mirrors easily, because just now you notice that when I try to do a mirror operation, it doesn't mirror, so I don't want to do double work. So this will allow me to edit the mesh without the double work, although I'm not exactly sure what is the problem here. Yeah, so let's see this. Yep, this works. Okay, so so I can start to move vertices around to eliminate the how to put it, eliminate the gaps. Though a little bit of it is fine, because we can actually do a smoothing inside dust to prevent it. But you know, in order to not make it so complicated, try to fit as much of it as possible here first. So what I'm doing now is fitting the glove to the hand, and I have no idea what to say. It's just a lot of moving vertices around. Pretty boring part of the job actually at this point. So yeah, so just move vertices until you are happy with the fit, basically. Okay, so this should do basically for the outfit. So now I'm saving out the parts for the outfit. Okay, so I'm done with the saving part. So now is the Daz Studio part. Okay, so my Daz Studio is actually pretty customized. I have all the extra buttons here and here of stuff that I will use. So let me know if I accidentally press those buttons instead of using the actual shortcut. So that is universal for everybody, just in case. Okay, so this is the default G9. I added in the deformer base, which you can find here. G9 Developers Kit Head Splitter Deformer. So what this does is that it actually separates out the head and the body, so you can do a morph separately. Okay, so this is exactly the same as the G8 part. So Morph Loader Pro, and then look for the model that you exported. So in my case, I have to go here. Okay, so full morph, change to head, and create. Oh dear. Something went wrong again. There we go. So okay, so in case you forgot, come to the weight selection, deformer influence weight. This one will determine the polygons that will be affected by this specific morph. So in this case, I do a influence weight for the deformer. It will select only the head. So you do the same here, except that in this case, because this is the body, you do a -1, which means to say anything that is not selected by this deformer. Okay, so you hit accept and it should work, unless I screw up something again. Okay, so it's working. So click favorite. And then what I like to do is I set the minimum to 0, the minimum limit to 0. Okay, then go to Shape Rigger Plus, the G9 version, and run the scripts. Okay, so what this does is that it will actually fit the rig to the mesh, so that, excuse me, so that so that it fits properly. Okay, then they will also give you a save, or you can actually save your morph out in the proper format. So this saves a lot of time. Yeah, so now I run this and I run this, and we have base figure Wolverine. Okay, then next is the textures. So I will go to the material and apply the default material. Then you can do the changing. Okay, so while this thing is loading, let me run this. I am going to close all of this. Then I will. So this is the reason why you save up these parts. Okay, so I'm opening all the files, and then layer mode, and I start throwing stuff here. Oh dear. Okay, so I saved it wrongly. My bad. So I have to save this as PNG. I keep forgetting. Sorry about that. So let me disconnect. Okay. And error. Normal. And the diffuse. So this is the reason why, right? Make sure for me, I keep the wrap open until I finish the project, because you never know when you need to convert certain textures here and there. Okay, so now I have the blank version. Okay, then there's this symmetry model, symmetry mirror vertical symmetry. So this is slide to the side, to the middle, and then eraser brush, hard edge, and really big, 1000. Okay, so then you can delete off all the parts that are not supposed to be there. Okay, remove hard edge and try to blend this in. Though for these cases, it's not really that important. Okay, so save, override roughness. Okay, so for Midnight Suns, right, the body is actually using the same textures for almost all the characters, right? So what you need to do is to match the colors. So this is how I do it using curves, and then you click here, hold control, and drag down the point, and drag down the point. Okay, then go to sample point, and you can see the two colors. So basically just need to make it match. Okay, so you just need to match the values here. In this case, they are actually fairly close, so not much you need to move around. So something like that. Then if you see these parts they are not very clean, so you can clean them up a little. Okay, then this one I can hold on. Then I can select these parts and load them in. Then Control F, basically to run to repeat the previous parts. So the previous color matching, you'll be able to run them immediately. Then after that, Control Shift E to save. Sorry, Control E directly. You can save out. So save. Okay, so now I move these textures to the to the parts. You can tell I'm a little bit tired already. I am starting to not make much sense anymore. Okay, so just move the textures to the place where they're supposed to be so that the dust can reference these textures. Right, so okay, so UDM template, select everything, and then translucency put to very low or zero even. Okay, so next will be textures here. So I'll just start throwing them on. Normal maps, roughness, and spectacular weight. Okay, so mouth cavity does not need a weight. And then torso, normal, and spectacular. Okay, so do the same for all the parts. And test with a quick render. Check anything if there's any problems. So far so good. Okay, then you can start throwing on the parts, the body parts. That's my head. Okay, then search for the textures. Okay, so in Marvel's Midnight Sun, right, the color is actually directly input into the values. So what we have down here are basically all maps. So I have a most of these I'm actually only guessing what they actually are. I don't have a confirmation as to what exactly these maps are. The only one I know for sure is alpha is their what do you call that? Transparency. The alpha is the transparency. The rest I am basically guessing. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, this is the rough. and this is the spectacular. Though I can be totally wrong, it might be the other way around, I'm not very sure. I am mostly guessing here. Okay, so eyebrow, so the colors for the hair are usually found here in the materials tab. So you open the material, you can see the color here. So how to translate that over to Daz is this is the eyebrow. So right click and paste. Okay, so you're using the same color. So what I can do is I can click inside the color and save this color as a palette. Then I can repeat it like so. And this is where you get your Wolverine hair. Wolverine plus his hair. What's the name of the app you use to convert the texture? You mean this one? The XN Convert. It's pretty useful. So you can actually change the color depth, which is what I use to remove alphas so that the textures can actually show up instead of being transparent, and also extract channels and mirror them here and there. And there are also a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do, though most of them are not very useful. So these are the few that I've been using, so that's why I just kept them here. Okay, so this is your Wolverine. Okay, slight problem. So the eyes are a little bit too high up. So it seems like I have to convert the eyes after all. So how you do that is you import the eyeball. And then try to fit it. So in this case, you actually have a guide. I can put in this eye and fit. Okay, and then same thing, save as a legacy. iMorph. Okay, then how do you apply this iMorph is select the eyes, because the eyes are separate items this time, and then go to the parameters. You can see the morph that is currently being applied to it. So currently used, you can see these are the morphs that's being applied to it, and you have the head morph. So select the name of the head morph, and then in the morph pro loader, load in the eyes and change this name to the head morph. And also this part I'm not very sure if it's required or necessary, but I do it anyway. And then you click accept, and the eyes should looks more natural this time. Yep. Okay, then the next test will be to open up the mouth and make sure that the mouth is working as intended, or if it's still there. So okay, so seems like the mouth is working perfectly. Okay, so this is the basically the rough morph of the figure. Then after that, all you need to do is just to what you need to do next? Okay, so you need to fit the parts to the figure. So in this case, Genesis 9, the eyebrow. Okay, then eyebrow, you go to the Morph Loader Pro and fit in the mesh again, just to make sure that it's working properly. It looks properly. And then same with the hair. So copy hair. Okay, so eyelashes, I'm not sure if I covered this in a previous tutorial. I believe I did, but just in case, how you deal with eyelashes, at least as far as I can tell, is you select the Genesis 9 eyelash instead of the Genesis 9 figure directly. Then select the eyelashes, current, current, and closest. Remove all of these. So all of these are not required, just closest and everything here. Okay, so once that is done, select the eyelashes again and edit scene identification. Auto fit base, select to eyelashes. Preferred base is base, so G9 base. Okay, accept that and fit the eyelashes to G9. So the eyelashes will disappear, so you need to look for the morph again. Sometimes you need to select something else and select back again, and you'll see the G9 head morph here. So zero that out and your eyebrow should be here. Then you can remove this two and this and this, then throw everything to the head. I like to do that for organizational purposes, but it's technically not required. Okay, so something like that. I just change the name, select the head. That's for my preview pictures. Okay, then I will select the hair. I'll save the hair as its own items. So figure props asset, save the hair. You can save it to wherever you want. I have my file organization here, so I'll save this accordingly. So G9, Marvel, Midnight Sun, and Wolverine. Yeah. Okay, so this is the data file where you save all the data. Try expressions like rage and such. They will make sure the teeth are in correct place. Yeah. Generally, if you open a mouth, the teeth are, you can see the teeth. They are usually correct. You don't really need to move the expressions. You don't need to check every single expressions. Though, if you want to, that will naturally be the best. Okay, so where was I? So data and Wolverine and hair. Okay, so save this, copy this part, paste here, and hair, asset. So you should see this part, this file. So this file is the file that contains all the data, your mesh data, and all the options that you selected down here. And if you want to share this file with other people, right, this is one of the files that you will be required. So you have your own file organization. I save mine in this format. So it's my personal identifier, the company, the game, the character, and what part is it. So this is my own personal organizational method. Everybody tends to have their own, and Daz Studio has its own standardized system. One of the reasons why I don't follow that is because they tend to do things too segregated for my liking, which is why my items, right, my system, I will not be able to put my stuff into the Daz Studio store because my organizational method is non-standard. Okay, so after you save the hair, go back to the front. This is just for my preview pictures. If you want to see what that is like, you can go to the file itself, and there. This is the organizational picture. Sorry, the preview picture. Okay, so save. Wearable is, you have to select the figure itself for wearable. So save as wearable. Okay, so I keep this wearable safe. I'm sorry, don't need a folder. I keep this wearable safe, right? So I don't need to save every single item separately and individually. It's a shortcut for me. Because otherwise, if not, I'll have to save the eyebrow and the eyelashes separately, which is a pain. Okay, then next is the shape preset. Okay, then you select only the shape that is affecting this character. So just the head and body morph, and save. Then finally, it's the material. So that's your skin. And then I'll save as the scene what do you call that? Scene subset. Okay, so this is all the characters done. Then after that, what you want to do will be for the outfit. So import the outfit. Okay, so hide the hair so it doesn't look so ridiculous. Actually, you can hide the eyelashes as well. And yeah, so similar to all that, you just need to figure out the outfit, the textures for the outfits, which if I'm not wrong is only one piece, so that's not too bad. Ah, done it. Wolverine has its own body textures that I only just found out. Ah, this sucks. Because usually they don't have such a what do you call it? Usually they're all in one same thing. So now I have to convert them over. It's a good thing I still have my what's this? It's a good thing I still have my wrap set up still. Alright, now we got bushy hair Wolverine. Something you should know, if you look into the normal map for the legs, right? Just a overview, not say overview, sorry, just a check. Sometimes it becomes like this. Most of the time, actually, it becomes like this. So you need to do a invert. Just on one side of the leg so that both match. And also, something you need to check is for the hands, whether the normal map for the hands is correct or not. So if you render it and you take a look, and you can see that the hands is the normal map for the hands is upside down. It's inside out. So check the hands on the other side. They are also outside. So in this case, it's an easy one to fix. That's all you need to do is to invert the hands. There are times where you need to change both. Like, what do you call it? You need to edit the normal maps for the arms so that they both look correct. So sometimes it doesn't. It's not so straightforward. Okay, so now the normal maps looks correct. And check the other side. Yep. Okay, so we are done with the normal maps and the Wolverine. And next will be for the outfit. So the good thing about this kind of superhero outfits, right, is that they are basically skin tight, so you don't really need to worry much about them. Let me see, where was I in the textures? So this should be the one. And there you have it, Wolverine. So all you have to do now is just to fit everything together. And save out the entire thing, and and it's basically done. Oh, thank you very much, Suzuki. Much appreciated. So just in case this goes a bit too fast, what I did is I did a transfer, right? Then closest vertex first, and reverse source shape, as well as a smoothing modifier. So these are the three that I actually use. And next is to do the same as with the hair and all that, to create a morph of itself, and the gloves as well, the mask. So the mask, I'll need to check the weight map for that just in the moment, just to make sure that the mask is moving with the face. Okay, and the head, and there we go. So this is the problem. I'm not say problem, but you know, you will want to make sure that these are part of the head as well. And then move the neck. Usually I select these three, the neck, 1, 2, and the head, and rotate them. Twist, just to make sure that everything is moving as they should be. And then I will hide the ear, because the ears are sticking out of the mask, so I will hide the ear. Auto hide mask. So with this, I should be able to remove the mask and fit, and the ear should be gone. Yep. Okay, then next is for parameters general, and remove the weight, so it should fit a bit better, looks a bit nicer, and that should be it. Oh yeah, fit, check the armpit, check the armpit area, which is going to be a mess. I can feel it. So spine tree. I think I know what's going on. Should have expected. Okay, so this makes things much easier. Basically, this part is skin. So I can go back here and select this part here. Okay, so I am basically done with this model. All that's needed is just to save and upload. So I think I'll end the stream here. It's almost 3 hours already. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys want more live stream, please let me know and I'll try to arrange them. I mean, most models generally will be something like that. The process will be more or less the same. So, but if you guys are interested in that, then let me know. Then I will add them. I'll add them in. I'll try to arrange for more live streams if you guys want them. Otherwise, I think that will be the end for this particular stream. What about the claws? Oh yeah, that he still has his claws. I forgot about that. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so in this case, just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Yeah. Wolverine. We'll have to search for where his claws are. I honestly can't remember. I think there's a weapon category somewhere. Okay, this one. And yep, this is where his claws is, I believe. So, excuse me, give me a moment. Let me import his model. Okay, so that is the claws. Is it 20? I can't remember. Rotate 20 x negative. So I need to edit the clause a little bit. Reason being because the Genesis hands is slightly smaller than the one that the model used. I will give it a go and see if I can do a little bit better in terms of the sliding in and out. It shouldn't be too difficult. Huh. There is no textures for the claws. Interesting. Okay, so if some of you are wondering why I always do a morph load of the model itself, if you notice down here, this particular claw wobbles. It's not supposed to do that, but it's as a result of the fitting the outfit to the figure. Sometimes it got distorted, so that's the reason why I do a morph of the original model again. So straighten out all these parts. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, textures wise is all working. So now I will need to do a morph. So not morph. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to weight map all of this to the hand. And then I will create a new bone. Make sure that the claws is selected, and then left I will create a bone for claw. Left claw 01 perhaps. And yeah, just leave it as a XY. Auto align. Duplicate and duplicate again. Okay, so now I have now I will rename left claw 02 and left claw 03. And then just need to move this here and here. This one I'll move here and here. This should be much easier to deal with, so I will select this all and fill in full. And then create a face group. And perhaps I should put in a master claw root, left claw root. I should reparent this to the left hand. just in case. Left corner, true left corner. Okay, so what I'm doing down here, just to let you know, is after you create a face group, you can put it into the selection group. So what that does is that you can actually select the item directly like that. So now we can slide them anywhere we want. Basically, you can control these knives, these claws separately. So you can slide them in like that. Hide them around, or though if you plan to hide these, you might as well just put them under the floor or something. So select the claw and hide them under the floor. At least you won't see them. Okay, so I'll just do the same on the other side. So and mirror. If you did your name correctly, it should mirror directly. Then I will reparent this to the left, to the right hand. Okay, so that's that. And now I do the same thing with the uh, right claw. And done. Okay, so I'm done with the claws as well. So that should be it for me. I will be ending the stream here if in that case. I just need to save all these parts and do a preview picture and upload this model. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and let me know if you all want more of this stream, or if there's any further questions or anything you want me to demonstrate or show. If I'm able to do so, I will do a video on it. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.